Minister for Human Resources, Government of Malaysia, and a very close friend of the family. Professor Chief Justice, Mr. Chan Sekyong, Professor Jayakumar, Mr. Giorgio, Mr. Balaji and family, Chairman of ISIS, Professor Wong Gambu, Chairman of ISAS, Dr. Gopinath Pillai, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the presence of Malaysians. 2 months before Dr. Balaji Sadasivan passed away, I came to know that he was working on the manuscript of a history of Indian civilization. He had contacted Mrs. Trina Ong, head of the publications unit at the Institute of Southeast Asian Studies, for assistance on editing the manuscript. When Trina loyally informed me about this, I asked Dr. Sadasivan whether I could have a look at the manuscript. Upon reading the manuscript, I could not but marvel at the assiduous manner in which he had amassed so much information on the subject and put it into such lucid prose. Trina and I then visited him at his office in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and told him that ISIS would be happy to publish the book, that is, before anybody else gets to it. He demurred and said that his intention was actually that the book should come out only after his death. I managed to convince him that it should be published while he was still alive. Encouraged by my remarks, he set about polishing the book for publication. Alas, it was not to be because fate decided otherwise. Mrs. Sadasivan then stepped into the picture and worked with us to complete the book. She spent very long hours, many of them at the Institute, with Trina and the editor of the book, a young man by the name of Mark Talak, and we got the book ready. Mr. Sadasivan, Trina and I then went to see President Sarnajan to request him to be the guest of honor at the book launch. Readily agreeing, President suggested that a suitable venue for the launch would be the South Asian Diaspora Convention taking place right now. We then approached Ambassador Gopinath Pillai and Professor Tan Tan Yong, who also readily lent their support for the launch at this convention. And in the presence of so many learned participants, family and friends of the Balaji family. So here we are today, honoring the work of a distinguished man of medicine who found time to delve into the history of his ancestors. His aim was not to write an academic book, but a book that could be understood and appreciated by the layman. In fact, I did ask him, when I saw the manuscript, that there were no footnotes which an academic would convey. He said he really wanted to write a book for the layman. For the record, this more than 300-page book is the largest, heaviest, and most elegant tome that ISIS has published in the 4 decades of its existence. In keeping with ISIS' commitment towards corporate social responsibility, we discussed with Mrs. Sadasivan the possibility of using the occasion to raise money for charity. With our combined efforts, we have raised 50,000 to date. In fact, it's 61,000 right now, which will be donated to the Children's Cancer Foundation. In fact, I had trouble telling people not to donate because they all wanted to come forward. Such was the love and affection they had for late Balaji that they all wanted to contribute. But we have time constraints of receiving the book from the President. But those who still want to donate after reading the book, please do. The donations are from well-wishers and admirers of Dr. Balaji Sadasivan. If you are as inspired as I am by Dr. Balaji's scholarly exertions you are welcome to donate to this most worthy of charitable causes, either through ISIS or directly to the foundation. On its part, ISIS will channel the net proceeds from the sale of the book for the next 2 years to the foundation. On this note, I commend the book, The Dancing Girl, A History of Early India by Dr. Balaji Sadasivan to you. It would not have seen the light of day if not for the passion that Mrs. Balaji brought to this labor of love and the painstaking work done by my colleagues, Mrs. Trina Hong and Mark Tala. Thank you very much.